Have you ever felt like you were thrown onto a battlefield, not even knowing why you're fighting? As if your life is an unrelenting test, far greater than it should ever have been? And what if I told you that it's not a punishment, but a purpose? That you were chosen for a mission that begins in chaos but ends in ascension? The truth is, chosen ones never have an easy path. They are born in chaos because it is in chaos that power awakens. Now pay attention. What you call pain, injustice, betrayal is a portal to a purpose so grand that most would never dare to step through it. Every argument, every deafening silence, every glance of rejection you've endured, all of it is part of a secret your soul already knew. You are not here to be just another face in the crowd. You were placed in darkness because only the chosen ones possess the strength to ignite the light. And here's the detail no one told you. Your family, with all its flaws and toxicity, is not the mistake. They are the mirror, a reflection of everything that needs transformation, not in them, but within you. Do you realize what that means? It means that what feels like your greatest prison is in fact the key to unlocking every door. What seems to be destroying you is actually forging you. And only the chosen ones are given the chance to turn pain into purpose, chaos into power. But beware, what you're about to hear isn't for everyone. It's not for those seeking easy answers or comforting stories. It's for those ready to face the raw truth. For those who feel they were born for something greater, but haven't yet discovered how to access it. In this video, you won't just understand why you were born into chaos, you'll see what to do with it. So the real question now is, are you ready for the truth? It seems counterintuitive, doesn't it? To think someone would willingly choose to be born into a dysfunctional environment filled with emotional and energetic challenges. But for the chosen ones, this isn't just a choice. It's an act of spiritual courage. The soul, in its infinite wisdom, knows that real growth doesn't happen in comfort but in adversity. Choosing a family marked by negative energy and cycles of pain isn't a punishment. It's the perfect terrain for the awakening of your spiritual gifts and the creation of an inner strength that transcends the ordinary. What many fail to realize is that this choice isn't random. It's orchestrated with precision. The soul selects the family as a learning ground, where every conflict, every rejection, and every emotional challenge becomes a tool for refinement. Think of a diamond formed under intense pressure. Similarly, the chosen ones are shaped by the most intense conditions, emerging with spiritual clarity and an elevated vibration. This is where the concept of energy healing begins to take root, because as you elevate your own frequency, you also transform the energies around you. Have you ever felt out of place, as if you didn't belong in your own family? That is a sign of your mission. The chosen ones often carry this feeling of being misplaced because they were born to break cycles. They weren't made to follow toxic family dynamics, but to transcend them and co-create a new reality. For instance, a soul born into a family of constant criticism is being called to cultivate self-compassion, resilience, and spiritual guidance, tools essential for their journey. It's not about fitting in, it's about rising above. But here's the fascinating paradox of this choice. The more challenging the environment seems, the greater the potential it offers for awakening. It's as if the soul, in designing its incarnation, says, "Place me in the chaos, for that's where I'll find my strength." This strength, in turn, isn't just for themselves, but to impact everyone around them. Do you see the magnitude of this? We're talking about an awakening so profound that it reverberates beyond you, transforming the vibration of your entire family line. And this is just the beginning. The training ground for the chosen ones awaits. What if I told you the chaos in your life isn't an accident, but an exact formula? Not a mistake, but a hidden symmetry designed to accelerate your evolution. For the chosen ones, being born into an environment steeped in conflict is like stepping into a room full of broken mirrors. Each shard reflects a part of you that needs to be seen, understood, and integrated. It's not just about surviving in that environment. It's about realizing you are the only one capable of reorganizing the chaos into harmony. Dysfunctional families operate like energetic laboratories. Here you face repetitive emotional patterns, words that echo through generations, and situations that seem to heal and reopen simultaneously. What many fail to see is that these cycles aren't there to punish you, but to train you to read the hidden code behind the pain. For example, that relentless criticism from a family member, it's not about you, but about a frequency inherited through the lineage that you were chosen to shift. Once you realize this, you'll understand that the chaos around you is an encrypted message waiting for your interpretation. Now, think of chaos as a merciless yet generous teacher. It doesn't teach through manuals or kind words, but through direct exposure. When placed in situations that test your patience, you learn about your energy. When dealing with people who drain your vitality, you discover how to protect your frequency. The chosen ones are challenged to become alchemists, not by turning lead into gold, but by transmuting negative energy into a force that elevates not just themselves, but everyone around them. And the most fascinating part? Each small victory in this environment quietly shifts the dynamics, even if no one else notices. And perhaps the most counterintuitive aspect of this training is the idea that chaos cannot be overcome by force. It's not about fighting the storm, but learning to dance with it. For the chosen ones, true growth happens when you stop trying to fix everything and start asking, what is this trying to teach me? At that moment, the training ceases to be a battle and becomes a journey of discovery. But this journey is far from isolated. It's deeply tied to something much greater, an ancestral legacy that has been waiting to be understood and transformed. Have you ever felt as though you were carrying a weight that wasn't yours? Something invisible, yet profoundly real? For the chosen ones, this feeling is more than familiar. Dysfunctional families don't appear out of nowhere. They are the result of patterns, energetic and emotional cycles passed down through generations. What many fail to realize is that every unresolved pain, every unspoken truth, every repressed fear creates a current that flows through the lineage. And guess what? You were chosen to break that current. Not as an obligation, but as a rare and extraordinary opportunity for liberation. Ancestral trauma is like a hidden library, filled with stories that repeat themselves because no one dared to rewrite them. Think about how certain family behaviors seem so deeply ingrained. Constant criticism, oppressive silence, subtle manipulation. These are not random. They are external manifestations of internal patterns that have been passed down through generations. The chosen ones possess the rare ability to see beyond the surface and recognize that these dynamics are not just family-specific. They are part of something much larger, something waiting to be healed so the cycle can finally end. Healing the hidden legacy is not a passive process. It's like stepping into uncharted territory, where every step reveals something you weren't ready to face, but somehow always knew was there. Imagine someone who grew up hearing they were never enough. That belief echoes through their choices, their energy, their spiritual journey. But when they realize that belief didn't start with them, that it's an inherited wound, everything changes. That's the turning point. When the chosen one understands they are not just healing themselves, but also honoring those who came before, and creating space for those who will follow. Here's the most intriguing part. As you heal what is yours, you release a vibration that reverberates through your entire energetic field, touching even those who never understood your journey. You may not notice it, but every time you choose forgiveness over resentment, understanding over judgment, something shifts in the ancestral dynamic. But this task is neither easy nor solitary. It's deeply connected to something even more profound, how every member of your lineage serves as a mirror, reflecting what still needs transformation. What if the parts of your family you reject the most are actually reflections of the parts of yourself you've yet to accept? It's an uncomfortable thought, but a deeply transformative one. For the chosen ones, the dysfunctional family isn't just a challenging environment. It's a living mirror, reflecting with brutal honesty the aspects of yourself that still need illumination. Every harsh word, every judgmental glance, every oppressive silence serves as a reminder that what you see in them might just be what you've avoided seeing in yourself. This mirror isn't literal, it's energetic. Why do certain family behaviors affect you more than others? Why does one specific critique cut so deeply while others barely register? It's because often what irritates us most in others is an echo of something unresolved within ourselves. Imagine someone who feels perpetually manipulated by family members. Upon closer reflection, they might realize that in moments of insecurity, they too manipulate situations to feel safe. This is the hidden power of the mirror. It reveals truths we'd rather keep buried. But this reflection goes beyond emotions. It also exposes inherited energy patterns. When you find yourself reacting explosively or withdrawing in response to family conflicts, it's not just a fleeting reaction. It's an ancient vibration passed down through generations, manifesting yet again. Here's the fascinating detail. The chosen ones have a unique ability to not only see these patterns, but to transform them. By recognizing the energy being reflected back to you, you can shift your own vibration, which in turn impacts the entire dynamic around you. Accepting the mirror, however, is no simple task. It takes courage to admit that the irritation with that controlling relative or the hurt from being ignored is an invitation for internal exploration. What is being revealed about you? What do you need to heal? And the most remarkable thing is that when you confront these truths, you begin to make room for the next stage of your journey, the invitation to heal. Because in the end, the mirror isn't there to accuse you, it's there to set you free. Heal, a simple word, yet it holds an entire universe of meaning. For the chosen ones, healing isn't a destination, it's a calling. It's as if the universe keeps whispering over and over, it's time to set yourself free. This invitation often comes at the peak of pain when everything seems to be falling apart. But here's the truth few dare to admit. Healing doesn't begin when others change. It begins when you decide to change yourself. It's a journey that demands not only courage, but a profound sense of responsibility for your own spiritual journey. Picture healing as a dance between accepting what happened and transforming what still hurts. It's not about erasing the past or pretending it didn't exist, but about seeing it as a teacher. Think of someone who grew up hearing they were weak or incapable. That emotional weight might be carried for years until one day they realize the real issue isn't the criticism itself, but how they internalized it. In that moment of recognition, they start to transform what was once a wound into a source of strength. The invitation to heal is also an invitation to presence. Many chosen ones remain trapped in emotional and energetic patterns of the past, unconsciously repeating the same family dynamics. But healing only happens in the now, the moment you decide to step out of that cycle. It might mean saying no for the first time, setting boundaries that were never respected, or even deciding you're not responsible for carrying your family's entire weight. These small steps are acts of energy healing that elevate your frequency and transform how you relate to yourself and others. And here's the most intriguing part. When you heal yourself, you also create an opening for collective healing. The energy you release as you free yourself from invisible chains reverberates through your family, your lineage, and beyond. This is the true power of the chosen ones. Not just to heal their own pain, but to be a beacon of light in the energetic field of everyone around them. And it's precisely at this point that you realize healing is more than an individual choice. It's a gateway to something much greater, something that deepens when we examine the power of forgiveness. Forgiveness. The very mention of the word can spark a whirlwind of emotions, resistance, relief, doubt. After all, how do you forgive those who have hurt you so deeply? For the chosen ones, forgiveness is more than just a gesture. It's a powerful tool for spiritual healing and energetic liberation. But here's the truth few understand. Forgiveness isn't about them, it's about you. It's not about excusing the pain they caused. It's about freeing yourself from the weight of carrying it. Think about this. Every time you replay a painful event in your mind, you're reconnecting to that energy. You're reinforcing chains that should have already been broken. Forgiveness, contrary to popular belief, isn't a sign of weakness. It's a testament to your strength. Imagine someone who grew up under the constant sting of harsh words, feeling invalidated at every turn. When they choose to forgive, they aren't saying, "It's okay." They're saying, "I refuse to let this define my life anymore." That's the transformative power of forgiveness. But true forgiveness isn't instant. It's a process, a practice. The chosen ones know that forgiveness is like clearing out a house that has collected dust for years. First, you must see the mess. Then you decide where to start. A practical way to begin is to visualize the person or situation you need to forgive, not with judgment, but with observation. Ask yourself, what is this still teaching me? What am I gaining by holding on to this resentment? The answers often reveal that forgiveness is the only path to elevate your vibration and co-create a lighter reality. And here's the deeper truth. When you forgive, you don't just set yourself free, you transform the energy around you. Forgiveness is a ripple that reverberates. It turns negative energy into space for positive energy to flow. But this process isn't the end of the journey. It opens the door to something even greater. The ability to turn all that accumulated pain into purpose, a gift that only the chosen ones can truly master. Pain, no matter how overwhelming it feels, carries a secret. It's a passage, not a destination. For the chosen ones, pain isn't just something to endure, it's fuel for transformation. It's like a hidden map with instructions on how to discover your true purpose. Every challenging experience, every tear shed is a marker along the path to something greater. But the real question is, can you see beyond the pain? Can you recognize that it's not here to break you, but to shape you? Think of a seed buried deep in the soil. For that seed, the darkness and the pressure aren't obstacles. They're essential parts of the process. In the same way, the chosen ones often begin their journeys in suffocating circumstances, which become the fertile ground for the awakening of their spiritual gifts. Someone who has faced rejection from their family, for instance, may discover that this pain enabled them to develop profound empathy and a unique ability to guide others. Pain becomes the gateway to a spiritual path where scars no longer weigh you down, but become symbols of strength. Transforming pain into purpose isn't just an emotional choice, it's an energetic one. When you choose to view life's most difficult experiences as training grounds, you elevate your frequency. It's like shifting the lens through which you see the world. What once felt unbearable now becomes a powerful story that inspires others. The chosen ones often realize that their greatest wounds also hold their greatest strengths. Isn't it fascinating how life seems to deliver exactly what you need for your evolution, even if it comes wrapped in suffering? And here's the most beautiful part, the ripple effect of this transformation. When you choose to channel your pain into creating something meaningful, you don't just change your life, you change the energy around you. Imagine a still lake being disturbed by a single drop. That drop creates waves that extend far beyond its initial point of impact. Similarly, when the chosen ones find purpose in their pain, they create waves of transformation that reach others, touching lives in ways they may never fully comprehend. And with this transformation comes a new responsibility: to guide, illuminate, and inspire the world around you. There comes a moment in every chosen one's journey when everything begins to make sense. Not all at once, and not without resistance, but gradually and powerfully. This is the awakening. It's the moment when the veil of confusion lifts, revealing that every challenge, every scar, was preparing you for something far greater. Awakening isn't just about understanding, it's about responsibility. It's the call to step into your role as a transformative force, someone who hasn't just survived chaos, but now shines a light for others. The awakening of the chosen ones begins with a profound realization. You weren't born to fit in, you were born to transform. While many around you may continue living in patterns of repetition, you are the one who disrupts, who challenges the energetic and emotional status quo. Think of someone who grew up silenced, constantly told to keep their thoughts to themselves. Their awakening comes when they realize their voice, once suppressed, is their most powerful tool to lead, inspire, and impact the world. That's the latent power within every chosen one, to transform their pain into a message that resonates with thousands. But awakening isn't just personal, it's collective. The chosen ones carry a unique vibration capable of altering the energetic field around them. When you elevate your frequency, the transformation doesn't stop with you. It echoes through your family, your community, and even people you may never meet. Imagine a single candle being lit in a dark room. It doesn't just illuminate its surroundings, it inspires other candles to light their flames. That's the power of an awakened chosen one, a catalyst for light in the midst of darkness. And here's the most intriguing part of awakening. It's not the end of the journey, but the beginning of a new chapter. Now that you can see the purpose behind the pain, what will you do with this knowledge? How will you use your energy to elevate others? Awakening is just the start of a larger cycle of impact, transformation, and creation. It opens the door to a world where your individual purpose connects to something even greater, the co-creation of a higher reality for all. Before you move on to the next video now appearing on your screen, which continues our journey through the mysteries of the universe, let me ask you this: what resonated most deeply with you? What did this video reveal that you had never considered before? Share your thoughts in the comments. I want to know what's shifting within you, because the first step to transforming your life is recognizing where it needs to change. And change is never easy, I know. The decision is in your hands, and the universe is listening.